I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. You know, I was gonna wait till lunchtime to do this, but I'm sitting here staring at these Bane Strain Peaches, and they're calling me. I couldn't say no. All right, guys, I got a couple peppers we're gonna eat today. These were grown by Tomas Spillane, all right? Now, this is an original cross by Kevin Bane. Let me tell you a little bit about this. It was created by Kevin Bane. He's a grower hybrid maker, okay? The Bane strain is a wordplay from the pepper Bane strain, okay? Or brain strain, because his last name is Bane. That's kind of went with that. Here's how this was created. It's a peach ghost pepper crossed with a white ghost pepper crossed with the Butch Tea, which is a brutal pepper. All right, so basically it's a super hot pod. They're weighty and big. And you guys ever see when you're a kid, a little shop of horrors? I think that's what it's called. And that doesn't look like one of the plants that came alive and ate everybody. Whoa. What it looks like to me. All right, guys, we're gonna eat this Bane Strain Peach. Which one do I should eat first? This one looks like a grumpy mouth. This one looks like, what do you think? I'll go with this one first. Man, I'm excited to eat this. This is a very hot pepper. David, come here, you gotta see this. You know how like this, the placenta in a pot is where the heat lives? Look at the placenta, it's solid. Guys, look at this. This is like half a placenta right there. So look at the placenta there. It's virtually solid. I kid you not. I don't know if you guys can pick up on that. It's essentially a solid placenta. It's like, geez. I mean, it's solid, it's nuts. Yeah. Do you see the pockets of oil right there?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's incredible. All this oil, you guys see the real shiny yellow stuff? I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. These are all just pockets of oil. Smell that. Brutal, huh? Okay, if you can smell it, I don't know if you're getting this. It smells it smells fruity for sure. It's got that super hot schnitzel aroma that kind of is like a warning you probably shouldn't eat me, which makes me want to eat it, but there's no bitterness in the aroma. No floral kind of hints. This is just a fruity pod. Super excited to eat this. All right, guys, so no further ado, here's my lunch. Grown by Tomas Spillane, the Bane Strain Peach. Johnny Scoville, this is Chase the Heat. Wow. Sweet. It's a sweet pepper. It's a hot pepper. Mmm. Wow. I didn't weigh those. I would have loved to have weighed that pot. That was a monster. I bet it's close to 16 grams. Maybe 18 grams. Do you have a scale around here?
Yes.
Do you really? Yeah. Is it close?
Yeah, it's right here actually.
Man, I want to see what this bad boy weighs. Let's talk about the heat. My mouth is burning from a peach pod. Peach pods aren't usually as hot. This is a scorcher. Let's see what this bad boy weighs. 15? Wow, only 12. This is a 12-gram pot. I thought it was a little heavier than that. I love the, thank you, David. I love the looks of this thing. Isn't that cool? Tell me it just doesn't look like a creature. Urgh. All right, so the heat in my mouth, I've just eaten one. It's a hot pepper, I'm not fooling. Like on my scale right now, probably a 2, which doesn't sound like much. You're like, oh, it's not, you know, if you gave this to a non-chiliad, it wouldn't be even close to a 2. It would be a problem. Okay, so here's the second one. This is a little bit more manageable of a placenta. You guys see the difference between that and what I just showed you, the previous one? That was just, and really, honestly, it's the truth. It's not in the seeds. Everybody thinks it is. That white spongy spot, where at the base of the pepper, where it joins, that's called the placenta. That's where most of the heat lives. And then that last one was solid. I had a powder years ago. Someone made a powder using nothing but placenta pods. Nothing but, they got rid of all the outside of the pod, all they took was the placenta and the center of it. And made up, and the idea he had was, this must be hotter. It was hot. I don't know if it was any hotter, but it was hot. Now this one smells different. A little bit different. Almost, you know what sweet smells like? It almost has like a sweet, like I'm getting a feeling this is gonna be a little bit sweeter than the first one. I could be wrong. All right, so the heat is probably still climbing a little bit. I might be near a 3. Let's see if we can get it worse. And that is a sweeter one. Oh, such a good pod. But it is a super hot, no two ways about it. If you're not used to peppers, this is a panic-inducing pepper. It's a large pepper, so it's just a lot of pepper to swallow. What a, you know, that, see, pod season to me is like Christmas all day long. I love the taste. Even pods that I find like not so appealing, I just love experimenting, trying different pods I've never tasted. Like somebody's into beers. You like craft beers. It's really cool to try different beers you've never tried. Or wine, or whatever you're into. Well, that's me with peppers. So I really, really enjoy that. That pepper, Tomas, the Bane Strain Peach. It's a very, very good pepper. Let me share with you where the burn is. I'm always fascinated that different pods burn you differently. Different type of burn, where it burns, the length of the burn, the quick of the peak, and how fast it declines. The pod I ate this morning was a 7-pot Primo. One of my favorite peppers, grown by one of my favorite pepper growers, Troy Primo. He created it. Just a great guy. That pod burns your throat. It's really interesting. It has a very, very fast climb. It's kind of a slow decline, but it really goes after your throat. No joke. Almost like it bypasses your tongue. Hey, we're not going to get his tongue, just his throat today. It's almost like you just somehow tossed it over your tongue and went straight to your throat. Strange how that happens. This one is burning the front of my tongue, the sides of my cheeks on the inside. And truly, the front of my tongue is doing one of these things. Pulsating with pain. It's beautiful. I'm going to hang with you and talk to you until it peaks. I think it may have already peaked. It might have already peaked, but it definitely got to a 3 for me. Of course, if I'd stopped at just the first one, it probably would have just stayed at a 2. But that's a hot pepper. What's great about that pepper, orange peppers, red peppers, peach peppers, chocolate peppers, they all have a different kind of burn. They really do. So if you get like, you get like a Primo pepper, you get a chocolate Primo, red Primo, orange Primo, yellow Primo. They all have the same Primo burn, different varying burns. Like the chocolate, to me, is going to burn hotter. But they all have such a unique flavor. They really, really do. And peach pods are fruity. There was no bitterness in these pods at all, which is great. In super hot pods, the 2 flavors that I find displeasing is bitterness and a floral flavor, which is like soapy, kind of nasty. Bitter, I don't mind so bad. Floral, I don't appreciate at all. But the great thing about when you have a pepper with negative attributes like that, they dissipate quickly. So all you're left is the flavor of the pod. This was not like that. This is a very flavorful pod. It was fruity, super hot right away, and that last one had a little bit more sweetness than the first one. But again, I gotta remind you guys, if you guys are brand new and you've never done this, if you say, I'm gonna go out and buy a Bane Strain Peach, because Johnny said it was fruity, I promise you, if you've never eaten a hot pepper before, you take a bite of that, the last thing you're gonna say is, wow, that's a fruity pepper, Johnny. You just won't. The heat will be so fast. Your window of opportunity to describe that pepper, if you're not a chili head, is about that big. You gotta throw it in there real fast and tell everybody what it tastes like, because in a second, your ability to taste is history. And all you have left is the ability to feel, and what you're feeling is pain. So, the higher your tolerance gets, the more you're able to describe this stuff. But if you wanted, so every single day, especially lately with all the pod reviews, someone's saying, I bet you have no taste buds. The higher your tolerance gets, the more open you get to different flavors. Like I'm telling you, I'm tasting fruity notes. Yesterday, the Yellow Reaper had notes of citrus. I promise you, a non-chili head isn't tasting any of those things. So if you want to taste the best in peppers, raise your tolerance. And the way you raise your tolerance, let's talk about that real quick, because every day someone is asking, how can I build my tolerance? Let's shift for just a second. Not think peppers. I don't drink alcohol. But let's say you did, and you wanted to increase your tolerance. If you walked into a bar and sat down to somebody and said, hey, you're drinking some whiskey, I want to increase my tolerance for alcohol, what should I do? What's the obvious answer? Drink more, right? Now, I don't drink, that's kind of a negative thing, but as far as peppers, it's the same thing. When someone says, hey, how do I increase my tolerance? Eat more. Eat more hotter spice and more of it. So if you don't have the ability, you don't have the availability of getting pods like this, you can do it with sauces that you get in your mainstream stores. Plenty of them. Here's the thing though, you got to push the envelope. No pain without gain, right? Or no gain without pain. This is how it works. You know, it really is. If you want to push yourself, you got to push yourself past your comfort zone. And that's where some people have trouble. If you want to ever get an endorphin rush, like you see me get these great endorphin rushes, I won't get it from 2 peppers. If you want that, you got to push yourself way past your comfort zone to get that. So it's going to burn, it's going to hurt, but the payoff is wonderful. It's a great euphoric feeling. So you want to build your tolerance, eat more peppers, hotter and more of them. Start here. In the description box, you're going to see a link for Tomas Spillane. Great grower. He grew the hottest pepper I have ever eaten in my life. Ate it 2 days ago, the Primatale, or 3 days ago. So if you want some great pods, I don't know what he has available. Believe me, he's pretty popular right now with these videos going on. So I don't know what he has available, but reach out to him and he can maybe help you out. We're going to wrap this thing up now. I love you guys a lot. Thank you for hanging out with me. We actually have more pod reviews later. Huh? Come on. Guys, right here is our pepper. Right here. If you click that pepper, you know what? You're part of the family. It costs you that much to do that. It shows me that we're doing something right. The family's growing. 800 new family members yesterday alone. And you know what happened yesterday? A massive milestone with the Chase the Heat channel. Thank you guys for it. Yesterday, we had our first day ever with over 100,000 views in one day. Yesterday, we had you guys contributed 108,000 views. I can't get my head around that. So thank you guys so much. It starts there. Click that. Don't miss the videos by clicking notification. Right there is Legal Fire. What they're doing is putting a spotlight on the crazy chili eaters around the world, kind of like the WWE of the chili world. I'm waiting for somebody from the WWE to call me and tell me to stop saying that. Until they do, I'm going to keep saying it. Right there are 2 relevant videos, and you, I love you. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.